Cool.
All
Welcome
right.
to the show today.
Huh?
No, I was just telling them, welcome to the show.
Can I do
Yeah.
it? All right, y'all. Welcome to the FeedBak podcast. I am your host, Bak, and next to me, to my, I don't know, right or left, I don't know what it looks like. I got Obi. How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm trying to wake up, so part of me sounding slow or whatever.
That's all good. That's all good. But
Mm.
we thought we'd do something special this time and just have a one-on-one. Obi and I can get into these long talks every once in a while. So we thought, why not do one of those? Let's do.
Mm.
But before I get started, I wanted to quick announcement. If you've been listening to the show, or if you've been or watching the show live, do me a favor, do us a favor, go to iTunes and like put a rate it, put a star, 5 stars if you really liked it, or a comment or a review. Follow us on Spotify too, so you can check us out over there. So I thought I'd say that, but thank you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. So
Okay.
I wanted to go over. I mean, the big blow last week. Is it last week already? Chadwick Boseman.
It happened last week.
Wasn't it last
Wait,
week?
was it like?
Wasn't it Sunday? God
I'm not
damn, this is
sure. I
bad,
can't.
dude.
I can't actually know. It was. I think it was Thursday, because I know where I was. Where when I found out I was at dinner eating, and then every single time I go to dinner, somebody big dies. And
What?
not just dinner. Every time I go out to like a restaurant and I'm sitting at the bar top, I've gotten bad news that another celebrity died. Like last time I was on like this Bumble date, and
Mm-hmm.
the girl was like, Kobe Bryant just died. Or no, the bartender told us Kobe Bryant just died. And then we both looked at our phones, and yeah, Kobe
That's how you
Bryant died.
found out. So
That's
now,
how I found out.
so
I'll always remember that. And
so
then
when
when I found Chadwick with Boseman, it's me and Min. We're at the bar, like eating sushi, and then like we find out again, like on our phones, like what the hell? Black Panther just died. And then everybody, and
then
then
don't
like,
go
and
to.
I'm with the two other girls that I also know, and they're looking at me like, what the fuck? And then it's like a shockwave kind of through everybody. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Don't go to bars, Obi.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit at any more bar tops.
Nah, because someone dies when you do. This is bad.
Mm-hmm.
This is bad. But were you bummed out?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
were
it
you?
was pretty, especially because since nobody really knew about the colon cancer, I didn't know I couldn't
I
tell
didn't
at all. I
either.
didn't see any single interview where he mentioned it, so it was, yeah, it was sad. I just, I felt a lot of like sympathy
Yeah.
for just his family, everyone else that knew him, and just for the like, it just a blow to the community, like our whole community. It just sucks because he's one of those examples of somebody that kind of is doing everything right, like just
Yeah.
no kind of contrary, and you can't really say anything bad about him. Like he was just like this good example,
No,
and
he
kind
was
of feels him.
bigger. He was bigger than Black Panther,
Yeah,
and it's like, well, he embodied Black Panther great, but he represented so much to Black kids. Because you
yeah.
remember when how big Black Panther was? People were talking about going back to Africa, and
Hmm.
people were showing the movie theaters with dashikis and
Yeah, everybody went, like
all that.
everybody I knew, like we were all
Everybody was
holding in
African.
our African wear.
Everybody was African and Wakanda
Mhm.
forever, and they started clicking at each other and all that.
Yeah,
And
it was definitely that. It's crazy because you already knew that was going to be like one of the one movie that kind of stands out of that whole collection of Marvel movies, that as like this is like a very unique
mhm.
film. And then like we lose the star of that one, and that's what I feel like. The same thing happened when Dark Knight came out, where
Mhm.
that is such like this classic movie, and like it's like a masterpiece. Then you lose Heath Ledger like from that one. You don't get to it's almost like we don't even get a chance to kind of see what would happen for like a sequel with the same group of people. It just it
Are you
sucks.
excited about the new Batman?
Batman.
I Yeah.
Batman. What do you mean? Or Black Panther?
No, you're talking about Batman.
Why are we talking about Batman?
You you brought up Batman, didn't you?
No, oh, you're talking about the Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight. Yeah, you brought
Oh,
up Dark
because of
Knight.
that. Oh, well,
I'm not
that's
crazy,
it's
right?
not this. Yeah, like couldn't figure. I was like, I was really just brought that up because of Black Panther, so I
Nah,
did
I
the
get
whole
it.
transition.
Oh man, you gotta keep up, man. You gotta
No,
keep up. It's the
like,
two of us here.
yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Batman.
Do you
Like,
buy?
there's some bad news that came out of that today. Did you
Yeah,
see
this fool's
that?
gonna test positive for COVID,
Yeah, but
and
production shut down, so it sucks.
I mean,
Like,
it's I I watched the trailer, and I'm like, how do you? The best Batman, I think, was Christian Bale.
mm-hmm.
And since then, they were like, oh, let's have Ben Affleck be Batman. And let's have this other cute guy. Because to me, it's still the Twilight kid. He's not a it's not a serious actor.
You didn't even see Tenet yet, or have you seen any of his other movies where he's like
Who?
past Twilight? Robert Pattinson.
No, I just can't get past the Twilight thing.
Really, dude,
No.
go watch.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Go watch Good Time. That one is. That's when I feel like I start taking him as a really serious actor like that. He was really good in that movie. Really good at that movie.
What's the one that came
And
out?
I just saw him yesterday, on
that's not him.
Monday with Tenet, and he's great in Tenet also.
In what?
In the new Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet.
Oh, Tenet.
Yeah, I saw that. I like.
Don't tell me shit. No, do not tell me.
Are you
anything.
gonna go watch it?
Yeah, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
When I go back to the theater, or I'll wait till it's out online. And
dude, I went to the theater. Like, even though it's a big movie, like I feel bad because like I think they're gonna lose money on this, but there was really only a couple people still in the theater. Like I felt really comfortable and really safe in there.
Wait, there's like 2 empty seats and then somebody?
Yeah, I think they booked tickets with they removed every other seat, so there's not a way for you to actually buy seats that are next to each other. At least with my Regal Pass, there isn't a way.
Hold on. What does it do when you buy a seat?
Like it says that the seats are taken, like every other seat is taken, so you could only get those seats that are in between those, so everyone is like kind of spaced out automatically.
Oh, how do you sit with your friend?
You have to. There's a buffer with y'all.
Oh, so everybody's every other seat. Was it?
Yeah.
That's still kind of.
I mean, what
close.
else are they? Whatever else are they supposed to do?
That's half the theater.
Yeah. You automatically lose money on half of like the sales for that screening. So but still, the theater wasn't even full. Even if it was full with the amount of seats that were open, it wasn't anywhere close to being full.
But like, is it I was gonna say, when you went, was it full?
No.
Half, but full at half?
No, I could count everybody that was in there on one hand. I think there's 10 people.
Yeah, on one hand? You have 10
yeah, or like on one hand. I could count everybody on one hand.
You count 10 people on one hand. You got 10 figures on one hand.
Yeah. No, it was it wasn't as packed as people may think it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if no.
I feel good going to the movie theater. I don't feel good like any bars right now. I'm still surprised. Like, I get why the bars are still closed, but because for some reason, like those small amount of bars that are open right now and here in Austin, me and I took a scooter and I was kind of just like going zigzagging through the streets. But there's these long lines to get, since there's not everyone is open, you could only go to a couple few. So now everybody that's out, that's just stir crazy, is going to all these bars, like that one bar that we hate.
that one bar that we hate?
Yeah, there's one especially that we hate that's like opening, that's operational right now, but there's this long, massive line to get in there. And when you look inside, there's no, but I wasn't trying to give them no press.
God damn it.
But but there's like, you look inside and everyone is like just shoulder to shoulder inside. No kind of, they're not following any of the rules at all. I don't know do you remember what the fine is for them being open? Because I think what they're doing is they're just accepting the fine and paying it.
Because they're making more money.
Because they're making more money with the people being in there.
I mean, they were making more money before. Like they were like after like the JW or something, like some crazy number like that. So I don't think they have anything to worry about. Yeah, fine us, fuck y'all. We're just gonna keep doing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that whole rebellious. But I realized going out and seeing the same thing happen to not just that bar, but all the other ones that decided to open up early.
Yeah.
That when you give people like the city this little inch of like, okay, y'all you're clear to open back up, that it quickly gets overrun. Like there's no way for that environment to kind of really manage how people move in their facility.
Of course not.
Like there's a way to like other places, like you can take a seat away and the people, they don't have a choice of sitting there. But in a bar, like even when they said, oh, there's only 25% capacity in there, everybody's like huddled around one spot at the bar, no mask. Like they don't have the mask requirement. Like you have to wear a mask to be in this bar. Nobody's.
I thought it was mask required if you're indoors.
They're not doing it. I looked at so many people like in bars with no masks. So I was like, this is one place, as much as I want to go back out and dance, I can't do it. It's just off the table for me right now.
Dance floors are dead.
Yep. Remember those days. We're just gonna be doing virtual parties from.
Look, we're talking about you retired.
I know. That's exactly what this feels like. It feels like forced retirement. And if there's an option to not retire, I'm not taking it. I'm just gonna always work. I see the importance of working. It does so much more than just give you income. Like it's just like something for your health and stuff that's important to do, and just to feel like you're doing, like adding to society. You don't feel like, you've been working through this whole pandemic, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
See, you have no idea the effect, like how this feels, like not working for this long. This is like the longest I've ever worked, like not.
I went 9 months. I went 9 months without working in 2016.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. After I quit my job.
Yeah, this feels like what you felt in 2016, but there's nowhere for you to even go apply to. So
I am not trying to relate.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm not trying to say that you're just sitting at home watching all the Netflix movies and playing solitaire and video games and watching Breaking Bad all over again.
That feeling that you're feeling, that was March. That was how, okay, I feel optimistic. It's March. We'll be here for a month.
Yeah, a month and a half.
And then you're like, wait a second. What the fuck's really going on now? Like, am I going to really be like, and then May comes and then you're like, fuck. It was like, I'm really unemployed.
Did you try to collect anything?
Yeah, I got, like, it took me a while to get my unemployment stuff all situated,
but you did it early then. You have to do it early because they're backed up, aren't they?
No, I mean, I got it, like, but I mean, it's still, it wouldn't have been possible to kind of make it this far without the unemployment. But
how much is that?
That one was good. It was really good. Like the thing that made it good was the pandemic relief. Like without it, then it was like really bad. Like I just was like, nah, I have to like really make some other arrangements right now to kind of, because I can't just. I don't know. I don't know if people are just better at budgeting than me, but I couldn't have, if it was just only strictly unemployment benefits, if I would have survived doing it that way. It's just because I don't know. I pay for a lot more stuff than just my own being. So it wouldn't have been possible.
I get it. But you got to save for shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that happens.
That's why I've been interested in like the stock market stuff. Have you like invested in the stock market during all this stuff?
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not.
No, my dad told me that should I? No, I can't. It's a tip. I can't.
What?
I
Why?
used to work for
No,
IBM.
you gotta say it. You gotta.
No, 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 no. This is
That's
insider trading right
why.
here.
That's not even. That's not even. That's just
Maybe,
being superstitious or something. You can't. You know, people like you can't just say like, oh, I have this $1 million idea. Like stock market is nothing new.
no, no, no.
Everybody's tried every kind of thing to like
Nobody
get an
knows, and
edge.
people still don't fucking know. If you watch, who's the dude that yells all the time and he
That
presses
Mad
buttons?
Money.
Yeah, what's his dude? Jim
I don't know.
Kramer, Jim Kramer.
Hmm.
Follow that guy. That looks like someone people who trade. That's what they do. But it's
Sure.
crazy though. Like they just throw some money in there and just sit on their ass and wait, and boom, 15K, 50K,
Yeah.
100K, $1 million. That's all they do.
The I mean, because the crazy thing, I've noticed a big difference between how the stock market used to be before this pandemic and how it is like right now. I don't know. I don't. I guess I never paid attention to like when other bad things have happened, but
Mhm.
during like when people panic, like in this kind of time period, there's like there's certain stocks that you know are just guaranteed to just do good because that's what
That's where
everyone
they
is
at.
kind of
Yeah.
focusing at. So if it's like the weirdest thing to kind of see, like, oh man, like I was avoiding it for the longest time. I was just like, of course this stock would be doing good during this pandemic. But then for the past how many months have we been in this? That they've always all those stocks have just been going up and they haven't really fallen back down. It's kind of
I don't know.
like
I don't know how
it's
that
the weird.
works.
It's the weirdest. Like it's like man, this seems like
We
the
have a great
safest time.
economy.
It's the weirdest thing that like during like a crisis that this is like the safest time to actually do this one thing
But
because
because
nobody doesn't have any really options to go do anything else risky or something. But
this is when you really when in a time of a crisis, you have to rely on businesses.
mhm.
Like you have to. You're like, if there's a
Like
solution.
you don't have a like there's no kind of option. Let me kind of try this one out
Yeah,
or
it's like,
this.
like technology is always a safe bet because at a time of crisis, that's technology comes up. So
Mhm.
whether it's telecom companies or it's online companies like Netflix and so on, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if the price of a stock was like always around 300, it took a big dip because this whole thing happened. It's not going to stay down there. It's going to go back up at some point because that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. One that I thought was gonna be for sure be doing good was Disney,
You
but
didn't?
it hasn't been doing good.
Why? Disney
I don't.
Plus is it's fucking dope.
I would have thought it was gonna climb for sure, but it hasn't. It's
Yo, do you
weak.
have Disney Plus?
No, I don't have Disney Plus.
Dude, get it.
I
Get
mean, everything that's on Disney Plus sounds like it's more catered to kids than me.
it doesn't
I got the
no.
adult version of Disney Plus. I have Hulu. Hulu's
Okay.
where they put all their rated R movies and
Yeah,
TV
but
shows.
yeah. Yeah, Disney
So
owns.
Disney, I don't need to watch all the like old school
Dude, I've
movies
been
or all
watching.
the Captain America movies and stuff
I
like
don't.
that.
I've been watching a lot of like old Disney movies with my son.
Yeah, see, that's in your market,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
me.
but no, no.
If I'm here in
I get,
my
look,
apartment alone watching these cartoon movies, you should come get me. I'm not well. Like yeah.
no, I enjoy it too. I enjoy it too. Like watching Aladdin, watching The Lion King, my top two, and then though Wally, I'd never seen Wally,
Oh yeah,
and
I'll
I was
check it
like,
out.
wow, this is actually pretty dope. I saw another one recently that I'd never seen.
Wally,
Um,
that's the last movie you watched, Wally.
No, the Good Dinosaur, but that one's silly. It has no
Hmm.
point. It has no point.
I watched a bunch of good movies, but on Netflix, I watched. Have you
I
seen the
can't.
movie? Have you seen the movie Polar?
No.
And that one was really good. I just watched Wheelman the other day, which my friend, like one of my friends I work with on my show, Fear the Walking Dead, it was our first assistant director that was directing it.
You're just
I
gonna
was
name
just,
drop the people you work with.
yeah,
Wait,
I want to give him a shout
title.
out. It was like, yo, you did a good job on Wheelman on Netflix. I
I
was, it was cool. It's cool kind of watching all this stuff. And then I start seeing, I recognize names of people.
oh, I
Like to
think
you, just like random names. To me, is like, oh shit, I know who that person is or this person is.
man, I'm sure like when the credits roll at a movie theater, you gotta be yelling, "Yo, I know that dude. I know that guy.
Yeah,
That
that's
guy."
me. I'm that person.
Yeah,
I know
you're
that.
that guy in the theater. I know that
Like
guy. Like,
that's how
shut
I
up.
was like at a graduation. Like it was like, that's my brother. I'm the person that just keeps going on. Even I overlap other people's like names. I'm still
Yeah.
talking about. Man,
You show
you
up with a
see that
pointer.
outfit he has? That's my outfit. Those are my shoes he's wearing.
Like you show up with a pointer at the movie theater, and then you just like point. Okay, see this character right here? Yeah. So the girl who does his makeup, I know her. And it's a big
Yeah,
laser pointer on
I would
on
do
the
that
screen.
for a porno too. I
Yeah,
actually
no,
know,
no,
like I told you, I know, like I'm really good friends with the porn director. Yeah,
okay.
I told you this
So
story, did
this
it?
is bragging rights.
No, I think
It's
it's
a badge of honor.
hilarious. It's awesome.
How
No,
did you meet? How do you meet a porn director?
he
Unless you're on a
was
porn shoot.
no, he was
Or
because
the strip
what
club.
you think that they're always on porn shoots? They never go out. They don't need to eat.
Okay, if you met him at Starbucks, if you met him at Starbucks and he turns around and you turn around like, oh shit, I know you. You're the porn
No,
director. And he
he
goes,
was
okay, that is
we
me.
were
Nice
we
to
were at
meet
New
you.
York Fashion Week and like
Oh,
he
see, that's not like I said,
yeah,
you told me
but
the
and then he
grocery store
showed
at the corner.
yeah, and he showed up to an event with this other porn star. Like we were at this friend, but
You
I don't know.
recognize the porn star?
I didn't recognize her, but I recognized him for some
Huh?
because like
Does
it's a
he
weird
wait, does he
it's a
act too?
weird because you
Wait, does he
like
act?
here I'm gonna find what it this is how I recognize them because you
Yeah.
know on some porn videos where they have like these behind the scenes
Who
like
watches the behind the
things
scenes?
but you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes on some of those videos they have behind the scenes things they do on it like, oh, this is how
I'm
it would
sure they
like
are. I've
how it
never
was
seen one.
to I like well I've seen this guy
All
on one
right,
of
we're gonna need you,
these
Samantha. Raise your leg a little bit. There you go. All right,
yeah.
now
So like yeah,
bend over
they
and
do all this goofy like just like a regular stuff. They do all this goofy stuff, and so I guess they want to like put some of this out on some of their content. So
hold
like
on, hold on. I have a
and
question.
this guy looks so he doesn't like just look like a regular dude. He's like a caricature. He's like this like very flashy like kind of teddy bear looking kind of guy, and I recognize them because of the behind the scenes on this porno video. And then so when I see him at this fashion show. I go
You
up.
said, I
I
know
actually,
you.
I go up and I ask. I was like, "Dude, you're so and so," and he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, I've seen you." I actually tell like I've seen you on like these behind the scene video, and I follow him because he has like a YouTube channel. So he has a unique like
Okay,
everyone
okay.
has a YouTube. If you have a unique life, everyone has a YouTube channel. So he has his own YouTube channel. His name is I guess I should say his name.
Yeah, just his name.
His name is
Already.
Ivan Sliven.
Ivan
So
Sliven.
yeah, I think like
That's
he's a cool dude.
his name is Ivan Sliven.
He's a really cool dude.
Look,
So
hold
I
on.
recognize him and I watch his
Obi,
YouTube channel.
Obi.
Yes.
That cannot be his real name. Ivan
Isn't that yeah?
No,
I mean,
no, Obi. He's a porn star.
what is his name?
He's a porn star. Ivan Sliven is a porn star's name.
No,
It's
he's
not a real name.
It's
There's no way.
Here it is. Here I'm gonna type this in
Carlin,
for Carlin, and he'll be able to pull
Ivan
up his
Sliven.
YouTube.
That is the most
like
starry name ever.
that's his like YouTube channel name or something.
Yeah, of course, but that's not his real name.
His real name is
how do you spell Sliven?
Salava Siderman. That's what I'm saying. I was like, how do you say this as like your name?
Hold on. His name is what? Spider-Man what?
Slava.
No, what's the other name you just gave?
Salava.
Slava.
It's like lava.
Siderman.
It's like lava with the S.
Oh, Slava. Okay, Slava.
Yeah, Slava Siderman. Yeah.
That's another that could be another porn name.
Yeah. Well, he's
or a superhero.
He's cool. He's a cool dude. Like I actually talked to him like recently, like kind of right before, at the beginning of this year, because we were both going through like medical procedures like that were similar, like
Mm-hmm.
random tangent. But he was cool, like and we became friends, and even the porn star that he was with, me and her became friends. So she's on my Instagram all the time. She watches all my stories and
Is she
comments on
still?
my, yeah,
Can you
like
say
the
her
porn
name too?
star.
So
Yeah, Brett. You know who Brett Rossi is? Have you
no,
heard of her?
no,
She was the girl that was married to Charlie Sheen
I don't
during the
keep
whole
up with Charlie
during
Sheen's
the whole
girls.
Tiger Blood thing and whatever. But they got divorced. But I don't know. Both of them, I became friends with both of them. They're both really cool, funny people. It's just so random. It's just so random. Or
And you
met
t-
them at a fashion show, and then
no,
yeah,
when you told him you knew him, like, how did he react?
he thought it was cool. He's like, "Oh, thanks for watching my channel and all this stuff." And then like
Ivan Sliven.
and then I even told him that I was like, "Hey, I'm in production too, but not your production. Like I mean, like I'm in the other like
Yeah.
TV
So
show production
your next
stuff."
party, let me know.
Yeah,
Did
I
you ever
told
get to?
like
Did you
yeah.
ever
So
hang out again?
he's
Obi,
I
Obi.
think what?
I wonder if you can hear me sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, did you hang out with him again?
No, that was the only time that we've
Oh,
seen each other. We tried to once before, because when I was in LA, like, and he's in LA, we tried to meet up one time, but we just couldn't
so if you
couldn't
go
make it
back,
happen.
you can call him up and go, "Yo, Ivan Sliven, I'm in town. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, for
Let's
sure.
go do some Sliven."
Yeah, no, because we mentioned stuff like that. He's like, oh, dude, he's like, dude, I would love to come and check you out on your show, and then you could come and check me out on my set. I was like, yo, I'll definitely come to your set.
Yeah, mine's
Like,
boring. It's
and
fun.
mine is, yeah, kind of boring. Everyone's gonna be sitting around, and there'll be like a minute of excitement, and then we'll stop recording and we'll go do something else. Like, so
Yeah. What is it, like the dream movie you want to get on?
it's happening right now. The Matrix.
Oh shit.
That's what I've thought about that before it was even announced. I was like, man, if they ever do a sequel to The Matrix, I'm gonna try everything to go work on that movie. But then when the moment kind of comes, it seems, I don't know.
How is
It seems
production?
like, huh?
I mean,
What?
everything is indoors probably,
No, they're all over the place. They're in San Francisco, and then after they finish in San Francisco, they go to Berlin.
but
But
they're not suspended right now.
they are.
Oh, okay.
They're not shooting like whenever the entire no, there is no show or movie shooting during this whole pandemic. Like people are starting to slowly come back now,
Hmm.
like when everything is kind of made safe. But no, not at the moment. But that was one that would have been like a dream one to kind of go work on. But aside from that, no, nothing else.
No, not
I
even
don't
a
know.
TV show. I mean, I think TV is better than movies
Mm,
these days.
yeah, but I mean,
Say go work for
to me now, it's like if they're all the same. It's not like anything is going to be really that much different.
well,
Like,
TV came up is what happened.
yeah, now like
TV really came up.
you
The
really got to
video
pay.
games is right under.
We owe a lot of that to like the Game of Thrones franchise. Like,
Yeah.
well,
Well, no,
actually,
I would say no. You got Breaking Bad. You had The Wire.
no. But the reason I'm crediting
Those could
Game
have
of
been
Thrones,
movies.
I'm not like
Talking about
yeah,
production.
I guess that's a good point. I was more saying I was bringing up Game of Thrones just because of the amount of money like a studio was throwing at a
Yes.
TV. What is still a TV show? It's not like they were throwing like big
Million.
movie
Yeah.
franchise money at a TV show, which people don't really do that. Like they'll try to do a TV show like all their episodes for like $10 million or something. But it's so like kind of low that I don't know. It's just. But now you're getting these shows that have this production value like Ozark and what you said Breaking Bad
And
and
Breaking
like
Bad's over.
your
Like when you
and
think,
Mandalorian
yeah.
and things like that. So
So get Disney Plus.
those are there. I could watch those on other platforms.
Where?
You're right. What? So Disney Plus that's your favorite streaming platform?
I mean, honestly, I watched less and less Netflix. I think
Uh,
because I think it's overwhelming.
mhm.
Two, even if you're watching a movie, unless it's like an old movie that's like certified dope already, and you didn't get to watch it back then, and now you go back and watch it, like a certified good movie. The rest is just it's not appealing to me. And every once in a while, a good documentary would come around. Like there was a mafia one that was limited series. We talked about high school.
I mean, but the one thing I always watch the most on Netflix is stand up. I go through the whole stand up lineup, I just let it play 1 to 1 stops. Like I had Bill Burr, and then it went right into the next one, which was
that's true.
That's something else.
So. I've seen most of those stand ups. So I don't even know.
Because I think for me, like with the streaming, I think first the one I always go to. Well, it used to be Hulu. I always went to Hulu first because I felt like Hulu had like a bunch of the movies that because I don't have anything against rewatching good movies if they're really old, but I never watched them, and I just know they have their category is just super huge, and all the TV shows that they have like the Dave and all of those stuff they had on there, where it felt like I liked their shows more. But now that I have Netflix, and I didn't have Netflix before, I feel like I'm playing.
Did you take someone's? Do they allow that still?
What?
Yeah, they do, because I use my brother's Netflix. You paying for it?
Yeah.
There was the No, you're not. No,
are you paying for yours?
I just admitted it was my brother's. I'm saying, I mean, Netflix is not going to listen to this.
I got the family deal.
No, yeah, we have the family deal. The family deal. And we have them all, and we all share them. Even the Disney Plus, there's a Showtime somewhere.
Y'all have the Apple one too?
I think my brother signed up, but I never checked it out.
Yeah,
I never checked it out.
I think that's the only one that I'm missing.
But the Peacock, have you tried that one?
I thought they were just nicknaming NBC Peacock, but I didn't know if that's a platform. I even have Quibi. I even have Quibi on my phone. The streaming that's on your phone for the 5 minutes.
What is that? What is
for the five? It's like it's still a TV show, but they just divided it in 5 minutes, or like So they have it. It's still the same. Take a TV show, but just divide the time up to only play 5 minutes at a time, or was it 10 minutes to make it? Because people on their phone, they don't want to stay there and watch it for an hour. They want to kind of absorb it in like a YouTube video.
Hold on,
quick burst.
You're watching an entire show that is split.
Like that many
35 minute, an hour show that's split in 35-minute segments.
Yeah, but
that makes no fucking sense.
No, but it does make sense, because you're thinking about so regular streaming, the shows are like an hour long. Yeah. But think about for this season with all the episodes, it might be only an hour of that episode, but you experience it like it's like every 5 minutes is an episode or something. So it's still like a season, but it's just the amount of work that they had to do is only like an episode.
It's not one episode cut in a bunch of fives. It's one episode is 5.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I thought you meant that they take an entire show, an hour-long movie, and cut it in 5-minute bits. That'd be silly.
They're tailor making it for that platform, like shorter, like just a lot faster pace and.
So an entire season is 30 minutes.
Yeah. Probably, or an hour. Yeah, you can watch the whole season quickly.
Why? I mean, I don't.
But yeah, it's streaming just for your phone.
No, don't get me wrong. I get the market. I totally understand that there's a market for it. People can only watch.
That's how you might hate me for this, but that's how I watch Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones on my phone. I didn't watch it on the TV.
Why would you connect to your eyes?
Because it was available on my phone, so I just was like,
you have a TV, right?
Watching. That's how I was watching it. I was watching it when I was sick.
You have a TV, right?
I didn't have HBO on my TV.
How do you have it on
my phone?
How come you don't have it?
Because I had the HBO Go app.
Then put the HBO Now app.
But I didn't have a smart TV. I had an old school tube TV, so I couldn't use HBO Go on my old school TV, but I have right now. So when you don't have that option, all you have is your phone or your tablet, and that's how I was watching the show.
What did you watch on that old ass TV? Nothing.
Just cable. I
Oh,
just had regular cable.
but you had regular cable.
Hmm.
I was like, if you have cable, you gotta
Yeah,
have HBO.
but
Go.
now that I know this whole smart TV universe with Apple TV, and I could put all the system things on there, I was like, oh, I could watch it on my TV now. I don't have to just stick to having the app on my phone and watching shows on my phone.
I mean, it's just so
That's why I'm
that's
like you said, like Quibi's not that strange to me. I was like, I was watching TV shows on my phone anyways.
I don't get that because here's the thing: the same way that now everybody's battling for content
Mhm.
because somebody will go, "Oh, I got all the Friends collection," and "Oh, well, all the Simpsons," and the other one goes, "Oh, well, I have Game of Thrones and all that stuff," and like it's like now you're jumping from streaming service to streaming service.
Mhm.
You're going from like you go on Netflix, you go through the first three sections, like releases, your list, and what's hot right now.
Do
And
you have
then
time to actually go through all that stuff? Like you already told me that you don't have that much time at all. Can you watch all those streaming services right now?
no, I don't, but I know the ones I watched. I watched Disney Plus with my son a lot.
So why don't you get rid of the other ones?
Not because there's good stuff on all of them.
Uh,
I'm just saying that just because everybody wanted to go in the streaming business and saying, okay, well, this is what we have. That's all we got. So if you want this other shit, you have to go get the other service.
uh,
And so now it's become hard because you get the exclusive and you go, okay, well, I gotta watch The Boys on Amazon,
yeah.
and Miss Maisel, and then oh shit, I gotta catch up on Ozark. Let me get on Netflix.
Dang, I
Oh
forgot
shit,
about Amazon.
huh?
I forgot
Yeah,
about Amazon.
and I've never watched the movie on there, but like they had all the suits the show
Mm-hmm.
from on USA. Like they had it on there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch it here, and then I jumped to another service and another service. I'm like, it's become too much, and you're not paying probably the same price you would if you just had cable and all the channels were on it.
Yeah, but cable used to. But you still have to like. Damn it! What the fuck was I trying to say? I completely lost my train like right in the
That's
middle
what
of it.
happens when you smoke, man.
But I don't know
it's
something. There's a
it's,
point
tur-
in
it's
there
turning to
somewhere.
it's turning into cable with bundling packages.
Yeah.
That's it. Still nothing.
No, still don't have anything.
No, we're basically saying that now instead of jumping from channel to channel, you're jumping from service to service, and you end up paying the same amount because you have Hulu and you have HBO Max and Netflix and Disney Plus, and that already adds up to what, maybe
Yeah.
50, 60 bucks,
Yeah.
which is what you would pay
So
for a bundle.
during this whole quarantine thing, did you like remember how everyone was saying like, "Hey, I have all this time to catch up on these shows that I never got to watch." Did you catch up on any of those that you always wanted to get like,
Get into.
yeah, get into?
Uh,
I
you're
didn't
asking me
because I
because
think
you have
before the
one.
yeah, like
I know you're asking me because I have a big one you're about to reveal. Uh,
mine was Ozark. I never watched Ozark before.
yeah, I was watching that already. You're talking about the big ones, though.
That was the big one.
No, I know, but I mean, like when I said the big series, it's not like Altered Carbon. It's Ozark. It's Miss Maisel. It's The Boys.
That's when I was still needed.
Miss Maisel is
I
dope.
was meaning to start. What is the? Damn it! I had the name in my the
What's
one
up with you and your brain farce,
with
man?
the old school ladies in the uniforms.
Ladies in the uniform.
Handmaid's Tale. I was gonna watch that one, but I just
You did or you didn't?
never started it. Nope, never started it.
So what is yours right
I
now?
think I'm because I'm more. I like watching movies. Like I've watched so many damn movies that
You'd rather watch movies than TV shows.
yeah.
Like, what is the last good movie? Don't say Tenet because we knew.
I did see that was my last good movie I
Nah,
just
no. Okay,
watched.
what's your second to last movie? Can you say second to last?
Second to Good Time with Robert Pattinson.
Okay,
Like you haven't seen it, but
you're third to last.
that one's good. Why do you want to jump over that one?
I know you already mentioned it earlier.
No,
We're
I
talking
didn't
about
mention it
Batman.
to all these people that are listening. I
Yeah.
mentioned it to you in private.
No, we were on.
No, you weren't.
We were talking about Batman.
We were.
How come I make more sense than you right now?
I don't know. You're the one that wanted to do a show like this. So
Wait, maybe it was before because we're talking. I don't know.
yeah.
If you catch it,
But
catch it.
like,
That'll be a bonus. Doesn't
let
matter.
me see. Other movie that I watched was Polar.
Oh,
It was Polar.
I watched the worst animated movie ever.
Which one?
Oh my god, that's one of the
That
movie.
dinosaur one?
No, that one was bad, but this is worse. This is so much worse. The Bee movie.
Oh,
That
yeah.
piece of shit.
Wait, didn't like Oprah do that one?
Like was she in it? No, it was Jerry
Or
Seinfeld plays
produce?
the Bee.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Seinfeld's the Bee, and forgot who the girl is. Girl. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's Matthew
That's
Broderick. There's a bunch.
riveting. Why is it horrible? Why was it horrible?
Renee Zellweger, thank you. Renee Zellweger played the girl. It was horrible. It was horrible because it felt like a long Seinfeld joke. Because do you know the premise of Bee movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's bees that talk. It's an animated show, and one of them is like goes to the human world. He wants to be like a bee commander or whatever who go and pollinate all the flowers, but he doesn't make it. So he goes to the human world, even though he already is in the human world. He's the fucking bee, and then he notices that all the honey is exploited. And so he finds this girl, Renee Zellweger, who's a human, and he actually loves her. There's a point when you're thinking that bee's gonna kiss this woman. And then the boyfriend was even jealous of the fucking bee, of Jerry Seinfeld. And it didn't make sense because the whole thing was about what if bees could sue humans for selling all the honey they make. Yeah, it is bad, dude.
I made up a better movie in my mind just listening to you tell the story of that one.
Hold on, I gotta tell this part because this part was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. So they're on the plane. It's Jerry Seinfeld and Renee Zellweger. So Jerry Seinfeld is a bee that talks, and people still freak out even though they're at court and everything. And so on the plane, and then the pilots freak out and they pass out. So the bee's like, I'm gonna land the plane. And so it's so bad that all the bees show up. The plane is going down, and the bees show up and they lift the fucking plane. Thousands of bees lift the fucking plane, and then make it land safely. And I'm like, this is so bad. And I was like, there's no way it's a Pixar one. It's actually DreamWorks. I'm like, all right, good. It's a fucking DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, that was.
I'm telling you. Don't watch the Bee movie for your own sanity. Okay, so what is it now then?
Huh?
You said you had a better one.
Oh, I was like, it would have been better if the bee and the human character became friends, and then at the end of the movie, the human just kills the bee with a fly swatter, and the moral of the story is just like, that's how life goes sometimes. You know? That's it. You can't be friends with humans and bees. You can't do it.
You know what?
You're gonna die.
At the end, they become they open their own shop. So the girl had a flower shop. Of course, she had a flower shop. And they opened the flower shop back up together. And the bee's a fucking lawyer with associates and everything and clients.
Interesting.
Bad. Hey, you asked about the movie.
I was like trying to go on to something
No,
else.
Look, all right. Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go.
So I had a question, like, because I was saying this in like my memories, like our events, like our FeedBak events. Like, do you think it would be possible in like the way how everything's going now to still do a FeedBak event? For those, like, I mean, I think for the people that are watching, like, they've all, I've seen like John Stringer, Kelsey, or like, y'all have all been to a FeedBak event, and how many people would kind of bring out, and then it would turn into like a big dance party. We have the step and repeat. We'll be doing interviews. I'm trying to figure out how that type of thing, because I think on one of our things, somebody was mentioning how they missed that. They want us to do another event, and I was trying to think, how can we do that in this kind of time, making an event like
it'd be virtual.
If it wasn't virtual,
if it was, how did you make it not virtual?
Like, I mean, people are still out at other places. How are they doing it? Like,
I would have,
there's like, they have that protest going on with the red alert protest for the people that are in the live entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So far, nobody's made, like, none of these officials have made any kind of plan for them to return, and that's like hundreds of thousands of people that work in that field, like working in all these arenas, and the tour people, all the artists can't do anything. Like
if you could isolate people to where, I mean, you see it in Europe. I think it was in Germany, somewhere in Eastern Europe, where they had a like a live event, and people were just sitting at tables, and they couldn't go to other places, and people do it in cars. People party in cars now.
I saw like one of the news places said that like Snoop is trying to do like a in-car drive-in concert thing here in Austin. I'm just wondering if if it's supposed to, like, I want to talk to somebody that's been to one so far, because I feel like there's been a couple that's happened. If it's still fulfilling going to a show in your car.
I mean, the closest thing, the drive-in, they do comedy there now.
Yeah, but I wonder if those, like, have you heard any feedback from if they thought it was good or bad or?
No.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'd love to do a FeedBak joint. The actual 10-year anniversary is in 2 months.
Yeah. Like I think with like the very minimum, we would have to do like temperature checks at the door.
Like so
like we have to check everyone's temperature, but then still on top of that, what else?
You know how Chappelle does it? He does his summer camp at his he has a whole property, and he has bands and comics show up, and then they party there for the weekend or whatever, but everybody gets checked at the door, and they have those speedy checks that take like a few minutes, the one like the ones that Rogan has, because he tests everybody. So that'll be
so that's how we would have to do. We have to temperature check everybody at the door. Do we make people come with like a COVID test before? If we make the date far ahead in advance, and we tell people like, hey, this is going to be a FeedBak party. You have to come with your COVID test in hand, so we know that you're negative.
Yeah, but even so, it has to be like you must have received it that day, and it didn't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, you have to quarantine. Like, we can't have the results say like, hey, I tested negative in June. Like, bitch, where were you for the past 2 months?
I have an idea.
How can we
do this? The only way to RSVP would be to like go through one of those drive-through COVID testing. And that's how you RSVP. That's how you get your tickets. That's the only way you get your tickets.
But then but then the party can't happen at that moment. You still need the results.
Oh yeah, fuck. I still need the results. So I mean, they come in it takes 3 days. 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, it would be hard.
No, hold on. Let's think it through. Man.
Yeah, like it was like,
let's think it through. Like, how would you? Okay, even if you took the test, let's say the party is next weekend, right? You take the test today, you get it back on Wednesday, right?
I mean, that's the way we would. That's like our dream situation. We want everyone to be tested, but let's say we don't have the means or the funds.
It's not our means. It's not our means.
It's theirs, but they have to go. They have to go get their pay for it. But let's say
if you have insurance, if you're lucky to have insurance, it's free. Otherwise, it's like $250, $200 something bucks if you don't have insurance. So that's a pricey ticket to a party.
Or let's say this. Let's put this situation.
Mm-hmm.
We have an event that we can only we have a hard deadline that we have to do a party on this day. So like there's not enough time to go and get tested. Like we just have to kind of plan ahead that people with COVID might be in this place. Like how do we safeguard an environment?
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't safeguard. I would say the only way for you to get in here is if you safeguarded your ass outside and then here.
So, like there's no like this is what I was picturing. Like listen, I'm not saying where I'm just trying to think like I'm trying to think outside the box.
Okay, think outside the box.
What if we made everyone buy a hazmat suit?
How much fun is that?
So everybody going in, like you get there.
What if I could dress like a furry?
With your ticket, you get like a hazmat suit. So everyone has to kind of suit up completely, and then they go into the event, and like we could call the event like the polar ice cap event, where it's super cold in there, so you don't sweat in that hazmat suit.
Who gets a hazmat suit?
Huh? Everybody that's showing up.
You know how much a hazmat suit is? An actual hazmat suit?
Yeah, how much?
How much, Carlin? How much is a hazmat suit? Like not a costume, not a $14 costume at Party City.
Would that be a real hazmat suit? If everybody came to a party with a hazmat suit, how much would that be?
Oh, you know what would be even more fun?
Or what else? What else covers your whole body?
No, those like sumo thing. The sumo wrestling balloon
but
thing.
Your face is exposed.
Fuck. You wear a helmet. You wear a helmet.
That doesn't help anybody.
Okay, then everybody's in the bubble.
I know something else better. Another thing. What about? Have you seen like for like those activity things where they hop in those clear gerbil balls, those globes? What if we put everybody in that and seal them in that ball?
How do you get your drink? How do you get your drink?
This is how we give them their drink. We pre-make drinks. So you give us your order before you get in your ball, and we give you the drink in your canteen.
In your ball.
And you just roll, and then whenever you want to take a drink, you unscrew it in that ball. You drink, you screw it back, and you start rolling again with more. Now everyone's suffering from COVID. But
so you move around in the ball.
You're in a dribble ball, running around in a.
How many people?
You only one person in one ball, but you probably can't do it in a bar. You have to do this like in a field. Like our clubs will be like soccer fields.
But so you have to move when you're in the ball.
Yeah, you have to move.
So even if you
get a workout.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to work out and watch this show. And the acoustics are gonna suck unless you put a speaker in the ball.
Nah, well, I mean that's just one of the things to being safe. You want to hear perfect sound, or you want to be safe.
I mean, you get one of those cheap ass like speaker things. I mean, you're not gonna get $100.
You want your Bluetooth speaker, and now you put your drink and that Bluetooth speaker in the ball with you while you're rolling around.
Wait, hold on. Say again.
So you want us to not only are we putting their drink in a canteen in their ball, we're putting a Bluetooth speaker in their ball too.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
It's like the most craziest ball.
Look, and the thing is, it's okay. So they get the sound.
That's the extreme. That's like the guy that did Fire Fest throwing a show right there.
Yeah, no shit. He's gonna be a disaster. The liability on this is fucking crazy.
It's like everybody.
No lawyer's gonna cover
everything's gonna be under control. I just need you to hop in the ball.
If you're listening right now, in the comments, throwing like how can we make a good feedback party?
Well, see, Carlin said a hazmat suit is only $62.
No way.
He found one $62.
No, show me that shit on Amazon. I'll believe you.
Yeah. That's doable.
I said not the costume.
That's a regular concert ticket right there.
No, come on.
You buy that's your ticket. You pay $62. Well, for our fee, we'll take $8, so $70. You could come to our COVID-free.
Hey, I got to cover all the balls. How many balls we getting?
The balls shouldn't be that much money either. Like we put that's like if we add the ball cost, you're paying like an ACL ticket. We could do a show. ACL can still happen if they put everybody in balls.
Do you think you have enough money?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know how much they were charging for those damn wristbands? They have enough money to buy balls for people.
They didn't get, they didn't even give the refunds.
I
No, it
know.
wasn't that. It was South by that didn't give the refunds.
Yeah.
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 I mean, okay. So let's set it this way. So you come in, you got your RSVP, and as soon as you get in, you have to get in your ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you roll away into the field towards the stage, and then next person up, okay, next empty ball. And you go in these balls one at a time. Okay. And you have your drink with you. So you roll in the ball by yourself with your drink in your hand like a hamster with one hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It could work. It's possible. That's an option.
Well, of course, it's possible.
It's an option. I mean, the enjoyment is still up for question. If you'll enjoy it or not, like maybe.
Well, if you get bumped, you go out with your girl, and then you're each in your own bubble, and you get separated because you're on the dance floor. And
it's like it'll be a new term would be born. Like you're like, hey, why are you ball blocking me? And that's it.
That's it. I mean, you can't help it. You have to move when you're in one of those. You can't stand still.
Because what other let's think about another route. Like, what is another route you can, extreme route that somebody could take to do a COVID safe party? What if? So we don't want to. Like, we don't want to be breathing the same air as somebody else or touching the same shit that they're touching. So we need. What if everyone comes in with their own oxygen tank or something? That's like a full face one, like a sleep apnea machine that's wrapped around your whole face and nose. So you're breathing your own air that way, and it's required that you wear gloves. Like you can't. There's no option. You can't really touch. You can't get your fingerprints on anything.
Okay, so you can't wear sleeveless. You can't wear shorts.
Nope, no open toe,
wear sandals,
nothing. You can't touch it. You have to be in full pants, like gloves, like in hat. That's a COVID safe party you could do. It's so extreme, but like when you're on a budget and testing is just too expensive, these are some options. We're trying to think outside the box. How can you do a party for your friend or get together?
You know those things like a helmet that just like starts right here and your head is in the bubble.
Yeah, my friend
right,
has
and you
one.
just breathe through that.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Who has that? That sounds familiar.
Amazon has it. They do. I think
as
it's
a
like
toy.
I think it's like $200. And you could get like this respirator that actually circulate like your air for you. So yeah.
Really? So I could walk into the ocean with that shit.
No, it's not waterproof.
Oh.
It's just focused on the air you're breathing.
So how does it
reuse
the air? There's a filter. There's like
this system. Pack. Like if you pull it up on Amazon, it's hard for me to like. It's like there's like this fan, like there's a tube that comes out of the mask, out of that helmet thing, and it's going into this air circulating pack that's in the back of you. Yeah.
That looks like $932.
Oh damn, that's nice. That's a nice Gucci one. Maybe that's more than $200.
Like, what's the use for that?
Yeah, my friend has just that exact one. Yeah. Somebody can get that. So we could do. You could if you want to. You have a get together. Everyone can have that. Some of these desperate housewives on a future episode. That might be how they all interact with each other.
Dude,
they all have their own. And if you're paranoid, you want to make sure you're on the up and up. I say get one.
Look, if you're one of those touchy-feely person, then this is not for you.
You'll get hurt. This is not the world for you.
Yeah, this is not the party for you.
Mm-hmm.
If your love language is touch, not happening.
What if this is like the start of like just like the world that we knew before? We can't ever go back to it. Like all of us being in a massive bar, we can't ever go back to that. We can't ever do these touchy-feely things. Like, you think you could adjust to that? like forever.
Not touching people, and
I think
people touching me?
I think right now everyone's like in the mindset of this is temporary.
Look,
But
your
if
porn
this is
star
like a
friend would be out of a job.
Yeah, but if this is like a permanent future, do you think you could handle how things are?
Like not touching people. People not
Yeah,
touching.
like
No.
or like yeah, everyone we always have to keep your face covered at all times because this virus, like if it mutates and it turns into something way worse where you start bleeding out of every orifice. I think people that's the thing that's holding people from following directions. That this disease is not scary enough. It really isn't. Because if you think back in March, if they would have told us that, hey, COVID, like the moment if you get infected, your arms just start breaking and snapping,
you know that
and you
scene,
collapse.
Obi, do you know that scene from Total
People
Recall?
would not. There would be no other
Obi,
anti-mask protests or anything.
Do you know that? You know that? Remember on Total Recall when they get down the mountain and they start like puffing and their eyes start coming out? If that's what happened to you if you caught coronavirus, yes, people will take that shit seriously.
This shit would have been a wrap. Like people would have followed directions. Nobody would be even trying to complain. Like, but the fact that this is such a like all the worst thing we were seeing is like, oh, I'm gonna be in a bed on a ventilator. I'm gonna cough uncontrollably. I could handle that. That's not that big of a deal. But yeah, let that be some other real shit. Like we were one mutation away.
If you were bleeding from the eyes.
Yeah, if you were bleeding from the eyes, people would
don't get the Rona. You bleed from the fucking eyes.
Nobody's gonna risk that shit. I'm seeing people like just running up and down Town Lake, like not a fear, not a mask in sight. Like, yo, I dare you to do that when blood starts coming out of your eyes. I dare you to.
And you know how it's different for different people. Mm-hmm. People get like different symptoms and shit. I mean, what would be the craziest symptom?
The craziest symptom?
Like let's say you knew you had Rona if you're bleeding from your eyes. Or you knew you had Rona if you had if you had diarrhea for 2 weeks, like nonstop.
People, I don't think that's serious enough for people
that's
to really.
Serious diarrhea for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
straight.
for free, but no, like, there's some people that I've had diarrhea before. That's not that
for
bad.
2 weeks, man. You've had diarrhea for 2 weeks.
Yeah, people. I'm telling you, that's not enough to make people like snap out of their bad habits.
You could handle
diarrhea. If you knew for a fact that you get this disease and your dick falls off. You follow directions.
Why you gotta go that? Why you gotta go straight to
that? Because it has to be that scary. It has to be that scary for people to like not to. We're talking about a symptom that is like undebatable. Like that. There is no. Let's talk about this.
It has to hit men where it hurts.
Yeah.
Women had it enough. So if it was, look, you get this from Angela
said if girls never had an orgasm again, they would have taken it real serious. And then other ones that like Michael said, people didn't know anything about Ebola, but now that's just if it was Ebola, like people would have taken it real serious.
With that Ebola, like Ebola. Mm-hmm. Let me dust off my shoulders.
If COVID was more like that, then
and Rona's behind you,
shit would have been real. I mean, that it's just. I feel like this country had no respect. They just like everybody in this country was like, I wish a nigga would give me COVID. Like, they didn't care. They didn't care. That's why this country, the ego over here is so huge.
Obi never says the N word, by the way. Let me just add this little touch here. Obi never says the N word, so
you know it's serious.
I'm starting a diary. Entry 1. Obi said the N word on the air. Holy shit!
So it would be. Yeah, I feel like we'd be so further along. Dude,
that's true though.
Yeah, that would like even as
a vaccine
even as cocky as Trump is, if that was the symptoms. You know, he'd be singing a whole different tune, like, bitch, this is not a fucking hoax. This disease is taking off our dicks. This is not a joke.
Next. If I lose the election,
we're all next.
Yep, I don't want to lose my dick. I'm 74. I'm old. I'm orange. But I still want to keep my dick.
The reporter would have asked what about Easter? He's like, fuck Easter. I'm not losing my dick to open up before Easter. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yo, that's just the way shit would have went. Yo,
We're opening tomorrow.
sometimes you take like fear for granted, and that would have been a good moment
Hey,
for it
CDC,
to
you're
be
fucking
there.
up. CDC, you could have made this so much quicker.
Yeah.
Because I mean, since they keep coming up with shit like the 6% bullshit that just came out, they could have said, "Look, because here's the thing, telling you that if you catch this thing, you might die is not scary enough, right?
No. What they
You
were
might
saying, like,
die.
no. What they were no. The thing that really hurt it was like, hey, you might have this, but you'll feel perfectly fine. You'll be asymptomatic. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I could get this thing and
and
not
and
miss a
not and not
beat.
know and just go
Like,
by my day. Fuck yeah.
yo, then I'm not like, who cares about this? What's the big deal? Like, there's no other disease that they tell you, oh yeah, you could have this and not feel anything. Like, you'll
I don't know. I
feel
mean,
something.
not all the time. If you get the herpes, it's, you have
Nah,
outbreaks
you feel that.
But that is a reminder all the time. You
Yeah.
feel that? You know that?
Yeah, you'll feel burning.
Oh shit, Obi. You're saying a lot on this show.
Hey, I don't know, dude. I mean, what I've heard is
yeah, right. Yeah,
so,
right.
man.
Get the Rona, your dick falls off.
Yeah.
Seriously, they should have come up with something to, if they want to scare, because that's all they're doing, and that's what the Republicans do. Yeah, don't. This is all a hoax. It's all a scare tactic and blah blah blah. So they should have just been like, all right, really, if that's the case, if dying doesn't scare you enough, we're gonna make your dick fall off.
Yeah. Because the thing that I thought, like, it wasn't even a direct, like a direct symptom of COVID, but I thought that with the spread of it, and people would have saw how many businesses were going bankrupt and stuff like that. I thought, okay, even if you don't care about any of the health benefit, like worries about this disease, but you see what it's doing to the economy, maybe that's enough for you to kind of fix your ways. And people, no, they still don't care.
Look, kids are dying. They still don't give a shit. There are kids dying. Yeah, people still believe that it was an old people thing. So 180,000 people died. Yeah, they were not all old. A lot of them were young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, it's eye-opening. Just like society, just like what works with society, what gets them worked up, and what doesn't really get them worked up. It's really because you always say you're never. Because you always say you're never surprised by what society does or something. But
me?
But I don't think that's a true statement.
I'm not anymore.
I don't think but I don't think that you can't word it that way. You're like because you can actually still be genuinely surprised, but you're not. It's like you don't. I think the right word is you don't care about it anymore or something, or you're not taken off guard by how society reacts to things anymore.
That's what I said. I'm not surprised.
But you could be always still surprised about how stupid people just think.
No, it's just like porn. There's a spectrum, and then it's like when you've accepted the fact that there is some crazy, if you go all the way to that end, there's some crazy shit people are doing when they're fucking. There is. And your imagination is not even powerful enough to conceptualize that, but it's out there. So when it shows up, you go, okay, midget fucking a horse, whatever, and it doesn't faze you because you've already accepted that.
Because I think I like, especially. Well, I've realized that humans are capable of certain things. Like use this as an example, like murder.
Whoa.
No, like what is this like an example, like a metaphor, like
I gotta hear this.
People. We're all aware that people can like murder people, like. But do you what do you think? Like, what's like the worst murder you've ever like seen or heard of, like, or a story that you've heard of somebody killing another human?
Like
because
from
because I
these
thought
days? Hold on, hold on. Yes,
no,
me a
just
question.
no, this is like ever, because I thought of like
Ever?
us, yeah,
I mean, do you know
ever.
what they used to do back in the day to people?
What?
They put them on these gurneys and then they'll like stretch their limbs out.
Yeah, that
I
stuff
mean,
is
you go back to
insane.
the. I mean, I'm sure there was more atrocious things going on, like centuries, if not like thousands of years ago. Like you could die from being eaten alive and chewed on by, like a wild animal. I mean,
Hmm.
there's no pretty
Yeah,
death.
yeah.
There's no
Because
such
I
thing
thought
as a,
like because
unless you
for
die
some
on your
reason,
bed.
for I
Maybe
guess
if you die on
maybe
your bed.
before, I don't know, maybe before, I don't know.
Okay, so
I think
what do you think of?
before I heard about this one where I thought, okay, yeah, people can kill people, people can torture, but I felt like uh there was a limit to like how bad somebody can like torture somebody else
Jeffrey
at a
Dahmer,
certain.
wasn't that
But
pretty
then,
bad?
huh?
Jeffrey Dahmer, that wasn't pretty bad. That's not like up there.
I don't even really remember that story at all. Like,
He's a
so
cannibal.
yeah, I
That's
wasn't
all you got to
really
know.
aware. I wasn't
He
really
ate
aware of it.
people.
But then I heard this one story
He did
with these
kebabs and all
three
that.
kids and like Russia, and they completely ripped this guy to shred, like, and they recorded the video of it. And
Uh,
like that's what was the crazy thing is, like I was like, oh, this is the limit. This is what I've like never thought humans can do that to somebody
oh,
else.
I'm
Like,
about to blow your mind. This is a true story. Colin, if you can pull up the article, that'd be great. It's the story of a guy who had a fetish. He put an ad out on Craigslist or one of those things saying, "Hey, my fetish is that I want to be eaten."
what?
So he put that out on the internet, and this is the internet we're talking about. So there's
Hmm.
someone out there was like, "I'll do it. I mean, this is what you want to do. This is how you want to go. Then sign me up."
How is that a fetish though? It's
Look,
just
I don't ask. This is what I'm saying. Like
so.
you think you're silly and crazy and whatever you're doing, and there's a guy next to you who's like way out on the spectrum, and is next to you at the airport. You have no idea. That blows my mind. That alone is
Yeah.
like you. That's why when we talk about putting people in boxes, that's not how it works. There's
Yeah.
this long ass line, and people, depending on the thing, on the subject, they land in different places on that line. So,
Hmm.
oh, there you go. Wait, is that it?
Place to add on
Armin
Cannibal
places an ad
Cafe,
on Cannibal
asking if
Cafe
someone.
website asking for people to eat, and shockingly, someone answered.
This
16 years ago, German computer
he's
reported.
died. He's dead.
I think he's dead. Yes,
That's crazy,
I think he's dead. Anyway,
man.
that is a true story. So you think you're
But to
kinky?
but to tie it back to like the whole being surprised by society,
That's not surprising.
I think
Well, is that
so
surprising to
now
you?
I'm not like there like now I know after hearing that kind of crazy intense story that I heard, I was like, there's no limit to what somebody can do to someone. Like I know that now, but still with society, I feel like I'm like, I guess maybe this period kind of changed that with me. I thought there's only a certain level that people's ignorance can go to until they
Ignorance?
start and
I think
until they start realizing the shit that they're saying makes no fucking sense. Like, but
no, this
or like
limitless, man.
but no, people are really stupid.
No,
Like
but so why does that
there's a
surprise
big
you?
because there's
Hold
a
on,
big like
Obi.
yeah.
If you know that, you know that for a fact that yeah, there's stupid people out there. They exist, and there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, but
And
like,
it is what it
I'm
is.
trying to, because I'm
Don't.
trying
There's
to
no
dumb it. I
rationalization.
like, because no, the thing is that I was trying to do in my mind was I was trying to justify like even when you break some like of the most stupidest facts to somebody, there's still always going to be a good mob of them that will think you're lying. Like I could go out and tell somebody, hey,
You don't talk to flat earthers.
the sky is blue, and they'll argue back with them. Like there's a big group of them that'll argue back with you. Like, no, it isn't blue or
Hey,
something.
look,
Like, look up, bitch. Look up in
Obi,
the sky. Yeah,
Obi,
yeah.
Obi. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know, man.
But you caught me. I'm right in the middle of a sentence.
Your monitor is up. No. But there were people who marry buildings. Marry buildings. That doesn't surprise you?
No.
You're marrying the Eiffel Tower. You have a relationship with the Eiffel Tower.
That doesn't
Your
surprise
boyfriend
me at all.
is that doesn't surprise you?
No.
Well, there you go. But to someone else, he'd be like, "Oh my God, I had no idea that this."
But what would surprise is like when somebody like the flat earthers, when they're like, no, the earth is flat. Like, how can you say that? Like you can look at me with the straight face when not and no part of you thinks you're trolling me. You literally think this. I'm like, I don't know if I can help you. Like,
don't.
I was like, do you believe? I want to ask him, like, do you believe gravity exists? Like,
okay. I mean, the conversation should end right there. Like, don't try to fix them.
Mm-hmm.
If you talk to a flat earther and you go, hey, I'm gonna try to poke holes in your theory there. Do you mind? No, it is a fact. It is a fact. Here's an article. Here's a website. Here's a meetup group I go to. Here's a Facebook group. Here's all my friends that I favorited on Twitter that I follow, and they all believe that.
Even worse than that, than the flat earthers are the people that say they don't believe that we've ever seen a actual photo of how Earth looks from space.
No, but you just stop. You just stop. Yeah. I just walk away. I've yet to meet one, honestly. And the day I do, I'll be like, okay, well, this conversation is over. Nice to meet you, Jim. Yeah. And just walk away.
It's weird when because you can't have they can't have.
Do you know someone? Do you know one? Have you met one?
No, I haven't met.
Even online?
I've seen them online. I've talked to some.
You haven't talked to them?
I have.
See if they try to convince you?
Yeah. Because they throw this silver rebuttal back. They throw the silver rebuttal like, here, show me one fact about how the Earth is round, and I just type NASA, and they're like, that's not an answer. No, it's all the answer I need. Listen to what they say, like, and they still don't believe. Like, it's just. But the people that I've seen videos of,
bless their heart.
There's no. The Earth is not round. We've never seen an image of what do you call all these images? And then people show videos of how the Earth looks from space and it's spinning. And they're like, these are like animation. You're a sheep. You're just believing that this is where did that video come from? Like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how is this? What does proof look like to you when you ask for an answer and then somebody shows it to you and then you still don't believe what that is? Then what is
it's a lost cause, Obi?
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah,
it's over.
No,
you just don't talk to these people. You let them live because they deserve to live like anybody else. They take a shit like everybody else. They go to HEB. They take gas at the gas station. They take their kids to school and everything. Okay, they used to go to bars. They'll never make it to a FeedBak party, but they exist.
Yeah,
they exist.
It's weird. It's
people believe in Bigfoot. They exist. People think Trump is the smartest president ever. They exist. And let them live. Let's survival the fittest.
Like speaking of just how people are like. Have you? I don't know if you've talked to like a bunch of different people in your network. Like, have y'all got into like ideology talks? Like, what were kind of the way you view the world and like a way or philosophy, like how somebody else views the world? And have you ran into somebody that has something completely different than what you think?
Someone has a totally different,
like, just ideology
of the world?
like, of how the world kind of operates.
Like borderline conspiracy theory, or still makes sense?
I don't know. Just anyone. Like some of it can make sense. Some of it can't.
No, I haven't. Have you?
Yeah, like some.
What was the theory? We're all in a dream, man. This is all a simulation. When we die, our minds just go up into someone's computer, and we live forever, and we come back as bacteria. I don't fucking know.
it falls in the category of conspiracy theory
What is it?
because I've talked to some friends and they really believe that every single human on this earth are like controlled by something that are controlled by like something like that's man-made or a
I think that's
government or
man-made,
something. Yeah, like we're all under a mind control and only
like
certain
Matrix.
people and only some people are aware that they're under this control and know how to like break out of it. I'm just like,
Like we're
what?
living in a Truman Show.
Yeah.
It's
And
all
I
fake.
met somebody, and it wouldn't be from the type of that you would kind of really suspect it's coming from. Like some of these people went to like school and college, like, and they really have a view of the world like this. That like they're really skeptical about what we're all doing and what are all. So and I try to break this down to like simple stuff. I was like, so okay, if we're all being so if I were to go to this restaurant today and order and I wanted to order this, like you think somebody else is making me do that and I'm not actually making
Inception
that
type shit.
decision for myself. And then they would look at me straight in my eye and think,
You know,
yes. I
there
was
was
like,
a hold on.
how? Like,
How do you? So do you think, because this is like straight stoner talk, dog? Where do you think ideas come from? Because that's what it is. It's like you have a thought, and then you act on it. Where do you think that comes from?
I think an idea comes from an experience.
Not
I think that's the
necessarily.
source. I think that's the source of it. Like you can either see something or
We just
feel
planned a whole
something
party.
or do it.
We just planned a whole fictional FeedBak party, not from experience. We're talking about bubbles with speakers.
No, no, I did from experience.
You've been to a party where you were in a bubble with speakers in it?
You see, you're thinking about the actual like result of that experience. What I'm saying is like I've experienced like watching a video of these balls and stuff like and from me watching how people kind of like reacting with those things. I'm now forming a idea of another way that like that's experience like me watching that video is where the thought originated with. Yeah, that's like it's inspiration.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, like not the I'm not talking about like an identical experience. I'm just talking about like when whenever like somebody can go to a wedding, like a little girl, and she could see somebody getting married and from that she's like, I would like that to be me. She's experiencing what a wedding would be like, and now she has the idea of what her wedding will be like.
Or she has Barbie dolls,
and she has to go and replicate it, things like that. Or somebody could see, or somebody can see you experience somebody doing a certain job, and now you like that, and now from that you watching how that person's doing their job or whatever, you now start forming a thought and you think that way. Like from that point on, that's what I'm gonna do. I need to replicate
Obi,
it.
Do you remember your dreams?
Yeah.
All of them?
No, but a bunch of them I do.
Like how so? How do you remember?
This is so funny. I told Kenny about this yesterday. So, because my dream had to do with Kenny. Like, I had a dream that like Kenny
young boy is a young. No.
Kenny had like has a little brother, and for some reason I had this dream 2 days in a row. I had a dream that his brother was staying with me. And to the point where after I woke up with like this dream and I would walk into my living room or my kitchen and I would see that he's not here, I felt pissed off. I was like, so wait, you just left? You didn't say bye or anything? So I wanted to call Kenny. I was like, yo, is your brother at your place right now? He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, this fool left and didn't even say bye, but it was my dream. I was like, it was so realistic that I thought, wait, that didn't really happen? Like, so yeah. That's weird, man. And then I have other dreams where that don't really have to do with anything. I had a dream.
You didn't have to do anything? A dream where you didn't have to do anything?
No, I had a dream that like my car my car
What'd you
broke
do?
down or something. I had a dream that my car broke down, and that the whole like, and then my friend was with me, and my friend just kept convincing me to abandon the car, and I couldn't abandon the car. I wanted to
What?
like find a way to like get the car back to my place or something, and I think that was the whole point, was just like, why, like, what is holding, why are you holding on to this car? You should abandon it. Like, you can make so much other stuff. I was like, I can't let go of it. I gotta keep it. And that was it. I just kind of kept struggling with it. Like, do I abandon, or do I start something new?
That was
And
recently.
yeah, that was recent. I don't
But
know
how
why.
did what because what happened like during that day to make you have that?
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing, just
Carly.
random.
Just random.
Because you know sometimes
But
it's
I don't
like
think. But I don't think it's about it's not about the car. I think it's about like letting
something deeper.
go. Yeah, just do I let go of something to get something, find something new, or do I just really try to repair what is old? I
You think
think
your
that
dream
I
was a
think
metaphor for your life?
yeah, I think or maybe I think that's what it was. I don't really think it was about, or
Nah.
I don't think it was like a foreshadowing about my car. My car is fine. So it was strange.
You're a little too deep. Like I
Hey,
have, you know,
I have like deep thoughts.
mine are like the weirdest part is one. In my dreams, I know I'm dreaming.
Hmm.
So if I'm in danger, I'm like, yeah, I'm dreaming anyway. I'll be back in a few in a few seconds, like a
Sure.
video game.
And this is like,
Seriously,
this is recent.
no, this is all the time. This is all the time. Like I know
Hmm.
in my dream that I'm dreaming. Sometimes it's like I'm watching myself from the third person,
Yeah.
and so it's like my avatar or whatever in my dream goes, "Yo, you better remember this shit because this what's happening right now is great. So you just remember that, all right? You're dreaming right now. I'll see you in a few." And when I wake up, um, I can be like, all right, that was the pause. Or I'm like in my dream, I'm like, I don't want to wake up. I want to wake up, and I do wake up.
Have you had this dream multiple times, or is this just like a one-time kind of thing?
No, that happens on no matter the dream. It doesn't matter the dream.
You're always aware,
I'm for the most part,
always.
seriously, for the most part,
Hmm.
because I'm like,
I smell shenanigans.
hey, smell all you want. But you know, when you actually feel like you're in your dream, and if you ever experienced that, please put in the comment. But you have thoughts in your dreams, like let's say you're I don't know, you're driving your car in your dream, and the road looks kind of weird because it is a fucking dream, right? But
Yeah.
while you're driving the car, your little you in your dreams is having thoughts, and is also either like feeling stuff,
Maybe.
like you
And
feel like if
I have
something is
the.
heavy.
Have you ever sleepwalked,
No, never.
or like you had a lucid dream?
Well,
That
go
what you
back.
sounds like a lucid dream.
Wait, so what's the definition of a lucid dream? Like you're aware? It's just awareness
Yeah,
thing?
you're that's exactly what it means. It's you're aware that you're in a dream, but
Yeah.
it's not that this is what you're,
That I have a lot of
not
those.
real.
Like I can seriously right now in my head, and if there was a power
Do
that
you
did that,
consider yourself a deep sleeper or a light sleeper?
I think it's a light. I think it's a light sleep thing.
So whenever you hear like, you could hear like noises being made around the house, or woods cranking and things like that.
I can sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're a light sleeper.
But I can or whatever I'm listening
Do you
to is
snore?
incorporated in my dreams. So let's say I'm watching
Do
a
you
movie.
snore?
I was told I do.
And your snoring doesn't wake you up?
No, I'm not like I don't sound like an engine, like a broken engine. No way.
Does anybody else that stays with you snore?
Huh?
Have you been in a room where somebody else is snoring?
Yes, my brothers and my sister.
Does that keep so?
Shout
Oh,
out.
both of them do.
Yeah, we all do. My mom also snores. Like seriously, it's a
And
lullaby now.
did it bother you?
But my brother's calling me out in the chat right now, saying that I do
See?
snore. Yeah, I said I do snore.
So maybe that's why you sleep the way you sleep, because you hear so much distraction while you're sleeping that you got used to being like asleep very lightly.
Okay, Adama, we get it. I snore, I wheeze, I snort. What else did I do? What else did I do? I don't
See?
talk though. I don't talk.
See?
He's saying I'm a deep sleep. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I can go in my head right now, and you know how like you're when your dream take place in certain places that you know of, whether it's your, let's say it's your work or it's the house you grew up in or it's your
Yeah.
school. Every time you dream about it, it's the same setting. It's not exactly like reality, but every time you're taken to that place in your dream, it looks the same.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like,
But the crazy thing is
but every time I
that.
do, I can go in my head right now and like do like a quick tour of all those places in my head because they always look the same in my dreams.
But the crazy thing is that you're not aware that you're
This is the
dreaming
weirdest
right
conversation ever.
now. You don't know
What?
that you don't know that you're dreaming right now. This is your dream, Brett. Look
I'm
behind
living
you.
it.
You'll see me. Oh man, that would have been the free. I would have liked to see you freak out.
I am
Like what
not.
the
I'm
fuck?
not that high, man. Sorry.
Oh
Sorry.
man,
No,
that
but
would have
it.
been awesome if you freaked out. I was trying to figure out some way, like, how can I make Bak believe that this is a dream right now?
Not gonna happen, man. Not gonna
Man.
happen. Now I'm gonna.
Dude, I have a crazy story about so I asked you if you were sleepwalking. I have.
Really?
It's the craziest thing.
Do you remember? Or
Yeah,
someone told you?
someone told me.
What did you do?
So
And
this is how this happened.
oh, I gotta hear this shit.
It
All right,
freaks me out.
everybody.
So
One
like
time.
like I like you know Jamie Batiste.
Yeah.
So so I was in the hospital and I'm like, well, I'm in the hospital. I'm on all kinds of like different medications and stuff. So and whenever they give it to me, I'm just passing out asleep.
Mhm.
So while like I'm asleep, like I have one of these dreams that I'm telling you about that I actually remember when I wake up. Like in my dream it's me and Jamie. We're in New York City, and like Jamie, and I even remember all the lines that we were saying to each other. Like Jamie in this my dream asking like, "Hey, so what do you want to do today?" And I tell her like, "Oh, I don't know. I just want to go and take pictures of the skyline." And then she was like, "Okay, yeah, let's go do that." And then so I'm walking through like Central Park and we're taking pictures,
Mhm.
and then she and Jamie asked me like, "So what do you want to do like now?" I was like, "Oh, let's go to this bridge." And then I say, "Let's go to this bridge," and then bam, dream is over.
Mhm.
So I wake up. I remember that's what the dream was. I'm just like, "Oh, that was a cool, relaxing dream." Don't really know what the fuck it was about, but
Mhm.
I guess because Jamie, like in my hospital room, Jamie's there with me in
Yeah.
my hospital room. But while but um but while I'm awake and I'm like trying to eat dinner, like we're just talking and stuff. And Jamie, like this is like maybe 30 minutes later, she starts talking to me. She's like, "Man, you were like really out of it or something." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, like how long was I asleep for?" She was um like a couple hours, but you started saying some like weird stuff. And I'm just like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "Well, your nurse came over here and and she was taking your pulse and like
Mhm.
she asked you what you wanted to do today, or like what you were doing today, and you said you want to take pictures of the skyline." And I was just like, and I looked at her, I was like, "Shut the fuck up." Like, I was like, "What are
And
you
you were
talking
wide awake.
like?"
Hold on. Did you look awake when you said that, or you were sleeping?
She like, I was like, "Yeah," I told her, "Shut the fuck," and she's like, what did I say?" I was like, "That was my dream." Like, and she's like, "No, like you, like the nurse was here, you woke up, you were sitting on the top of your bed and you're talking to the nurse, and you're just like, you told her you want to take pictures of the skyline." The nurse was saying like, "What are you talking about? Like later today or something?" And she's like, and then you wouldn't respond to her, but you're looking right at her, your eyes are wide open, you're just like looking at
Oh
her.
shit!
And then like, and then the nurse is like, "Hey, do you like, like are you like in pain or anything, or are you doing it?" And you said like, "I want to go to that bridge over there," or something like that. and
Does you know
and
there's
I
actually a bridge
and,
outside?
Yeah, they're like, and then so the nurse is like asking like, "Hey, is Obi okay? Has he been just out of it like this?" And she was like, "I don't know what he's talking about. He's been okay. We were just I'm just talking or just I've been on my front and he's just been sitting up in bed like that, and like with his eyes open, talking and just like and I'm freaking out because I'm like, Jamie, I was asleep. Like I was legit in a dream, and that's the exact what you just told me was the exact lines I'm saying in my dream.
What were you seeing though?
I thought I was in New York. I thought it was me and Jamie in New York walking around the city
So
taking
it's like
pictures
you
of the
were in VR
skyline.
or some shit.
Yeah, but I didn't realize in
It
my
was a
room,
free
I'm not
VR
I'm not
experience.
fully asleep. I'm in my room, I'm just awake. Like and they're
I
I'm
know, but
just
in your
talking.
dream, in your dream, you're in New
Yeah,
York. Still,
my
you're cutting up now. Oh, your internet better not go out, dude. I be talking to myself. Uh-oh. I don't know. I can't do dead air. So Obi, if you're still with us, just come back in. Just come back in. But yeah, like that's fucking weird. Cause you you had the dream, you got up, and then in your head you're still in New York, but you're just in this hospital room. Damn. Hey Colin, try to like get him back on. My brothers are here. Yeah, join. It's the feedback.com/Zoom. If you have Zoom and you want to join. I know my brother is live from Australia, my other brother from California. But damn. I wish that's a crazy one. See, my thing is the dreams that I have, it I always wonder what language I'm gonna dream in. Because like I know French, I know English, I know my Senegalese language, Wolof, and I know a little bit of Japanese. So I've actually had dreams that where I was hanging out with like One Piece characters or Dragon Ball Z characters, and I was just like spitting Japanese, and they understood me. I don't know, I don't know what to say, but or like I'm in France and or I hang out with my boys, the guys I grew up with in France, and I'm speaking English to them for some reason. It's weird. It's fucking weird. But anyway, let's see if we can get Obi back. I don't want to give dead hair. I can rant about shit. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. There's a new Apple commercial that came out where it's all about privacy and it's a bunch of people yelling out private stuff that stuff like, hey, my this is my credit card number and I'm 50 feet away, like this stuff that you share on the phone. Oh, Obi's back.
what up?
What happened?
Just connection went out, I guess, over here. I
You
don't
live
know.
downtown in a nice apartment
And I
complex.
have AT&T fiber. I don't know what happened. It just doesn't make any sense, but I'm back.
Uh,
But
well,
yeah.
I was talking about the that switched up. Uh, that Apple commercial about privacy. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And you're like, it doesn't tell you anything about what Apple does different. It just goes privacy, Apple, and it's in the commercial. It's a bunch of people just yelling their personal shit, and you're like, okay. Are you scared of privacy at all? The amount of
Nah.
information that your phone has, that your browser has. I haven't slide.
No, not anymore. Because I feel like I've like so much of my information's already out anyways. Like by now, like it's what it is. I don't feel like I can rein it back. So
It doesn't bother you when like you talk about something and then all of a sudden you see ads. That doesn't freak you out. You talking about freaking out earlier. Isn't that
no,
like
because
a
I like all the ones
simulation in effect?
because all the ones were that I like I was freaked out when I had to start doing for like Amazon things when I had to start putting in my credit card stuff and having them remember those things
Uh-huh.
like that was like years ago. But I got like I was just like, no, I can't let anybody know all this personal information about me, like my financial stuff or my social security number. But then it's been on so many things that I just stopped caring now. Like,
Yeesh. And it doesn't scare you?
especially like, because do you remember when Facebook and MySpace first started, and like how big of a deal it was to put your face as your profile picture?
Mm-hmm.
You remember? I remember that time. Like, I remember like my cousin, like for the first year or two when Facebook was out, only had like a picture of like a flower, like your desktop backdrop as her profile picture, because she's like, if I put my photo here, it's gonna live on the internet forever. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And then finally, just like everybody became just used to putting up their photos on
But
using
it's
their social media as like their digital library or photo album.
yeah, it is. It really is, because you're not. We give that information away. It's one thing if they
Yeah.
took it, but we just give it away. And I don't know what it is about humans that we need to like we have to share,
Mm-hmm.
because that's all that whole thing was banking on. You know, all the
Yeah.
social media was banking on that. Like, you know, people like to share. People want to think that they're the star of their own reality show. That's
Yeah,
the premise.
I
That's
think
the basic premise.
that's the result of all this social media for years of it. People feel like when they generate a following, like that
They're
they're
the
a lot
star.
more important than they typically feel.
Yeah.
Like, I remember like when everybody, like in the beginning, people don't care now, but in the beginning when everybody was really having like this goal of trying to rack up as many friends as possible. Like,
On
oh,
MySpace.
yeah, from MySpace
And
days.
if
Like,
you made
oh,
the top 6, remember, was it like
yeah,
a
oh,
top 3?
I'm in this many people's top 8,
Yeah, I'm
or
at
like
top 8. That's right.
or even on Facebook back in the day when everyone was like trying to reach 5,000, and that's like, oh, I hit my cap of 5,000 people. I guess like, but nowadays people don't care about that. Like, but it only matters if you're like on Twitter or Instagram, where the following is still a big deal, because people know that you could turn that into money. You could turn that into income.
Do you know how much how many hours of footage is being uploaded to YouTube every minute?
Mm-mm.
It's some crazy number. How many,
What
and
is the
this is all
number?
shit we give.
Yeah, it's I really wonder like
YouTube is,
how is YouTube able to function the way it is? Because remember back in the day when people were uploading all these videos, it would slow down their whole
yeah.
server, because that's way too much content to kind of upload on it. And then who, like, all the videos that you upload one time and then nobody ever watches it again, like, just
Hold on, we get the stat. 300 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute. 300 hours.
that's insane.
How many days is that?
How
How many
like
days worth? I can't do the math. How many
shit,
days worth is 300 hours?
that's 2 seasons or a season of
Might be
rendering.
more.
Mm-mm.
Might be more than that. That's
That's
but and we give it because we like it's one thing is like if you scroll through Instagram today, okay, 12 and a half days straight. 12 and a half days
let's see.
of videos uploaded every minute.
Yeah, but now fast forward to like the day, like today's times, where you know who the largest person on TikTok is, how many followers she has.
No.
It's a girl. She's 17. She lives like I think in Phoenix. She has
What she do?
75 million people on TikTok. She's the biggest TikTok person in the world.
75 million?
75 million people watching a TikTok girl. She's the one that kind of makes all these goofy dances, and then it goes viral, and everybody else tries to emulate what she's doing
That's
and
what I
stuff
come
like
from. I
that.
thought it was artists doing that.
From she's one of the sources of it, and then like they watch, and she makes a crazy amount of money, to the fact that her parents quit their jobs because they
I
just
would
focus
too.
on
I'm gonna
like
get my son on TikTok.
her,
Shit.
on her. And but she's been getting, but since she has that many followers, like she has a lot of death threats. So they hired the actual police department patrols their house now. Like, it's like not bodyguards. This is the police department have units on standby at her place.
She can't get out of her house.
Because so many people know who she is and know all her
And she's
information.
on the rage too.
Yeah, and she gets she's a big cash cow
75 million
for
people.
her family. She makes like per video. This girl's making $1 million per TikTok per 7-second video or something. Like she pulls in a lot of money. Like she better have a good accountant, like and somebody watching.
Addison Rae with 5 million net worth.
500 million to her network.
No, 5 million. 5 million net worth. I don't know who these people are.
It's more than that.
Hey, what if TikTok goes away?
That's their whole income. Hopefully, they saved it up while it's here to last. I mean,
come on, Vine went away, and when Vine stopped, people went to Snapchat, right?
Snapchat, and then Facebook just copied Snapchat.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Reels, and then. I mean, they're gonna go somewhere else.
But the same thing, Twitter almost was erased too. They offered was it Microsoft that wanted to buy TikTok? Twitter, yeah, and they denied them. Good thing they denied them, because they're making more now. So now they're public. I see their thing on Twitter. Oh, they're on the stock market. So
I don't know, man. You can't keep up anymore. Like if you start a business and someone tells you, hey, you have to get on Twitter, or do you have an Instagram account? Do you have a Facebook account?
That's a job for every TikTok company. Because do you think this, like, what the district manager of sports centers running their social media? No, they hire
that 14-year-old
they hire a kid that this is like that. That's the thing they love to do, and they upload everything. What they do is they're not actually making original. They're just taking the stuff from their website and posting it on the social media. They're just pulling
that's their job,
replacing it. Yeah, and that's their job. They make a lot of money doing it.
I was thinking the other day that I don't do stories on Instagram for the feedback. Mm-hmm. Like for the most part, I just recently, like a few months ago, changed the name to my face because a lot of people didn't know who was behind the feedback. Maybe that's one of the mistakes I made because I thought people. When I started it was, you knew me. My name is Bak. It's in the name. Yeah. That's it. Like you knew feedback because of me. And so, but after a while, people started saying, I've met people, say, I'm back with the feedback and go, oh, you have feedback. I didn't know what you look like. And I was thinking, man, I got to do Instagram stories because I don't put my face out there. I mean, I know I don't have to.
Everybody has to do all this. Even if you don't want to, everyone has to do social. My friend, that's Lori. He doesn't have any personal social media, but for his company, it was a law firm. He has his own agency. He's like, now I have to make one for my company because people find us that way. I have to make one for Instagram. I have to do it for Twitter. Like it sucks that this is the thing that got me in. Like I avoided it personally myself, but for my company, it just works.
How do you think it ends?
It doesn't. I think this is just here to stay.
You think it's here to stay?
Yeah. Let's say for the next 10 years, I think there'll be like 2 more new ones that will pop up. Like, I feel like every decade, it's not even a decade. It's like every 5 years, there's a new platform. Like, cause people, the cool thing with Facebook and Twitter that it's managed to stay cool for so many years. Like I feel like companies like Disney or Goodyear or Fire, they didn't have to worry about staying cool to still have their business. But these digital companies have to like especially in the social media field, they have to stay cool to kind of still be used
because they're relevant.
For 10 years ago, Snapchat was like the biggest thing, and now Snapchat's like extinct. It's like a ghost town. And the same thing with like what Tumblr used to be big, but now Reddit kind of pretty much wipes out their whole market. And MySpace, like that, you thought that like in the prime of MySpace, I would have thought this is never going away, but quickly spam killed that whole platform. It ruined it.
Yeah.
And
so what's going
Facebook had to learn Facebook? we can't let spam destroy this company. Like
what's going to kill Facebook?
I don't know.
I think a lot of people are tuning out. I don't know what the rate is, but as soon as you do something cool and it's young and it's hip, and then your parents get on it and your uncles and aunts and your grandparents get on it, it just jumps the shark.
I mean, the last
But
thing I
because
remember
Facebook
that,
skews older now.
but think about the what has tried to comfort Facebook's spot like in the past decade. Nothing has really for specifically what they do. It was
No,
maybe
because it just
Instagram,
expanded.
but
It just expanded.
no, remember Google Plus tried to come into their whole social media marketing and they struggled. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, because they didn't have. I think what scared people with Google is that that's just Google adding another thing. Facebook was just its own thing, and then they started adding stuff and say, okay, now we do, we do news, and then we do groups, and Instagram. All right, come over here. All right, WhatsApp. All right, come over here. And Oculus. All right, you come over here too. So they grew this way.
Yeah, I feel like, but I feel like Facebook has a good plan. Like whenever one starts getting big enough to actually try to be a threat to them, they buy them. They're that
they buy
big
them, or they do it better.
They're that big of a They either if they refuse to buy, they'll eliminate them. They have the money to kind of put towards them because they bought everybody. All their enemies. They bought Facebook, Instagram. They bought WhatsApp. Like now it's all Facebook. They're different platforms.
And they tell you when you log in on your phone.
Yeah, you see all the companies they have now.
But
it's the same with Google. People don't like. I mean, YouTube didn't turn it and say, "Hey, this is YouTube presented by Google." Like they just bought them and they're like, these are both of us.
I really think the wave has gone far this way to the right, and it's slowly going to come back to the left, to where you're living in a society where you're not like you want to be disconnected.
Yeah,
because that's all you'll know. That's all you'll know. It works in wave. Every time something goes to one extreme, it goes to the other. Just like when when everybody watched the news cycle. The concept of the news, we're talking heads in boxes. We take someone from the left, someone from the right, and then they go at each other for a minute and a half, and then there's a break, and then we come back and it's another topic. That format is done. The Tonight Show.
Really. What do you mean?
What I mean is more and more people are like, oh, I'd rather listen to a podcast than watch CNN. The same way that you'd rather you go back and buy a vinyl where you could just get the song on Spotify. It's a change in behavior that happens. But
the market hasn't said that.
No, it hasn't yet. It hasn't yet, but it's gonna shift at some point.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like at least in the social media field of the competitors that are in there, there's not really. I feel like Facebook is still safe for another 10 years for anybody trying to come into their market. Like, because let's take for instance the dating apps. Like, remember back in the day, it used to be just Match and eHarmony. Those were the go-to ones.
Cupid came around and Plenty of Fish.
But then Tinder came and started killing it, with the app dating thing, and then Bumble quickly showed up. And now, look at how many different ones there are in that field. You have your Grindr, your Hinge, your all those.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They have all those there's so many dating things in that field now that it's just who will survive. I don't think Tinder's big enough to buy out all their competitors.
No, but someone comes along, disrupts, and then people go, "Oh, we can do what they do, but add one more thing on top of it that gives us the edge," and then you're good. When you're talking about Quibi and say, "Okay, we're gonna have shows, but they're only gonna be 5 minutes long." Boom, done. That's our edge.
Yeah, usually you see it in every market, but you haven't really seen that onslaught of other social media platforms come in to try to threaten your Twitters or your Facebooks.
I think it will be two things can happen. Either there's a big breach in trust, I don't know.
There is.
No. I mean, on the major scale, to where people are like, I
It
don't trust
is.
that anymore.
A
I know
lot
it's
of
happened.
people,
I
but
know it's
it's still
happened.
they survive it. They
I know.
survive it.
I'm talking about something bigger than. If that didn't do it, it's got to be something bigger. That's all I'm saying. So
Because
if
right now,
if the Rona,
I feel like the only move the next move they have to make is a merger, like between like
if you can catch the Rona by being on Twitter for too long,
people will still catch it.
and you get diarrhea for 15 days and your eyes
That
bleed.
would only make you stop. It wouldn't make other people. They're like, no, I'm quarantining anyways. I have my toilet right here.
I'm
I'm fine.
quarantining. I got diarrhea for 15 days and
Yeah,
my eyes are bleeding. I was still going to use Twitter.
yeah. Some will. Some of you underestimate what these girls will want to do.
I want my 75 million followers. God damn it.
Yeah,
That's
but
that's scary.
I don't know. Yeah, I
I
think
think
that platform will be here for a while.
maybe a bit more accessible. Like you can now, it's like on some Black Mirror shit, and maybe it's a hologram, and everybody like you have
Do
a
you?
chip in your head.
Oh, let me ask you. Do you think TikTok is really gonna sell to Microsoft?
The better question is do I care? No.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you care. Do you think it will happen because of
To Microsoft? No.
because of president? No. Do you think TikTok will sell their company like because our president has a problem with them? That's
No.
that's there
No,
that
but I
like
don't
that's
think it can do
one
anything.
because that it's so like to people that there's people that like really believe that yes this deal is really gonna happen like
Like the president can enforce that.
TikTok is an international company like so the president from one country doesn't like you like that's enough to make you sell your company
No,
from one
he
market.
has no power over that.
Yeah, he doesn't have but Microsoft is using it to kind of see like maybe this is a chance for us to actually see if we can buy this company. He's okay if an American company owns that company, but not okay if
Who
it's
else?
a
Who else
Chinese.
is up? Like Walmart, maybe. Walmart wants to get in the
Anyone that
wants to
has
get in
money.
the
What if Amazon tries to
micro video.
buy TikTok?
Oh, fuck Amazon. I think that they have enough.
No, I mean,
Amazon should just stop at this point.
well, why stop? Why would you ever stop if you're making so much money, 200 billion? Like, why would you stop?
Why do you want to like? What is that? I think they'll be okay for generations to come.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that just saying they do it for money is like you're saying there's never enough. Like at no point Amazon can go, hey, you know what? I think we're good now. We don't need to buy more shit.
No, your question doesn't make any sense. Like, why stop a service that everyone is using? Like,
No,
why?
I was talking about expanding. Like if you're Amazon and you already have the delivery, you have the warehouses, you have the TV shows and all of that.
You only have it because you expanded.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they were only books before.
No, listen.
Yeah.
I'm saying that at what point does Amazon go, I think we have enough. We got the books, we got the movies, we got the TV shows, we got every product on earth that we can ship. We have the warehouses, we have the numbers. I think we don't need to buy another thing.
No,
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm asking why wouldn't it?
No, just because it's bad. It's bad business. It's bad. Like nobody. There is no company ever that just says no to growing their business. Like it's just there isn't. Everyone. That's what every company's trying to do. That's the whole purpose of the business is to grow and like the fact that they have that much revenue, that they have a lot more responsibility now. It's all relative. Like, so if you're making that much money, you have more expenses now. Like you have to provide that much more. You have that much more products. You need that much more space. You need that many more drivers. You need everything. So it's gonna cost you more to keep this up.
But you can't tell me you're doing it because it creates jobs and because you just want to make more money. Just shut the fuck up.
That's not what it is. Like you like the bigger you get, the more expensive you have to you have to make more to keep providing for all that. Like you keep growing, like everything that you do grows. The more money you make, the more expenses it's going to cost you to keep doing what you're
I'm
doing.
not denying any of that.
Yeah.
I'm not denying any of that. I'm saying that this urge of growing for some companies is just, we just want to make more money. So to make more money, we have to buy this other company. That means we have to hire these people. That means we have to change our logistics. So that means we have to start a marketing campaign. But the root of all of it is, I just wanted to make more money. And to make money, you have to do A, B, C, D, and all the way to Z.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not the other way around, where the inspiration or the original thought is, I would like to employ.
No,
I would like to give people jobs.
I wasn't saying that.
Okay.
I was saying that there's no company like Fubu, like, oh, as soon as we make $1 million, we're gonna stop. Like that's all. That was our goal. All we had to do was make $1 million, and now we're gonna stop. There's got to
be one in the history of business. There's got to be a company that just said, "Hey, I think we're good. We can just close shop." I just wanted to get to that point. I'm gonna retire happy and own all my shit, and I pass it along to my.
What you're talking about is GoFundMe. And those are not companies. A company is always
just a company.
No, if you can't find one, I've never heard of one.
I don't know.
That had a company that had a dollar amount that they wanted to reach, and that was it for them. I've never seen it. I've never seen any company in history.
It's got to exist. One company.
Look,
it's gone now. Anyway.
I'll give you 3 minutes. Google it.
I'm not going to look it up now, but we can follow up next time. We'll be talking for a couple hours now already.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm just telling you, it never happened.
Okay. Hey, I'm sure it's out there. Look, I just wanted to make this to make this company so I can put my kids through college, and now he's gone. I'm good. I can just close shop. That was my business.
But your company's there's always personal like that. Like there's companies that have board meetings of people. Like
no. We said business.
Hey guys,
we said business.
Yeah, business.
No. You did not. Okay.
What do you so wait? You want it? So the only company that will do is like something that's super mom and pop. Like, hey, I'm gonna start this food truck to just put my kid through college, and that's it. Once they're in college, then I'm gonna shut this down.
Yeah.
No,
that exists.
I've never seen that. Even if you go that small, I've never seen that.
Okay, well, there's some homework.
I'll even give you an example because I know a friend that opened up a food truck.
We will follow up next episode.
I have a friend here. I'll tell you because that what you said is actually how this food truck came to be. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get married, but I want my wife that's coming from overseas to have a job. So I'm going to open up this food truck so she'll have a job when she gets here. So, and then she came over here.
You talking about Mike?
And yeah, Mike's she has a food truck, but they had one. They could have stopped right there because the goal was accomplished. She came over here. She had the food truck. There's something else to do. But that's not what happened. What happened was that now they ended up buying another food truck and buying a brick and mortar and doing that. Every company's goal is to get better and build. Like no one's gonna ever just when you hit your first goal. I'm saying in the history of business. I'm not talking about now. I could be the first business ever, the first guy who opened up and said, "Hey, you give me money, I give you stuff." Okay, there's got to be a story of somebody. Okay, fair enough. You can't find it.
We'll do our Googles. That's homework, and we'll follow up next episode. Promise. Colin, please remind us of that. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, man. This has been good.
All right.
Like it?
Yeah.
No guess? No
guess. Just one-on-one, just chopping this shit up.
I mean, we went through a lot. Good luck on the show notes. But and the title and all of that. But this was dope. As always, I really thank you guys for tuning in. Everybody who listened live, we do this every Thursday, 8:30 Central, on the FeedBak podcast Facebook page. Make sure you keep up. Visit the archives wherever you listen to podcasts. We on there, including Spotify. So if you enjoy the show, whether you used to listen or now you just started listening again, please leave us a review, leave us a comment, follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're not on TikTok, not on Snapchat. I don't know what another one is. Triller, whatever the other one is. So yeah, the FeedBak BAK. Thank you so much, Obi. Always a pleasure. This was really a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.